Welcome to Royal Rebounds TV with Calvin and Barry. Just two crazy fans of the Sacramento Kings, and they sharing their opinion. So be sure that you subscribe. It's for the fans, by the fans. Whether you chilling on the couch or wilding in the stand. For laid-back conversations about the Kings, subscribe here. Staying down until we come up thinking this gonna be our year. We're here, drinking beer, talking about the Kings. Be sure you subscribe so you can hear that bell ring. Yeah.
What's up, Kings fans? Welcome back to Royal Rebounds with Calvin and Barry. We are here breaking down the Sacramento Kings 103-88 loss to the Portland Trailblazers tonight. Calvin?
I'm going by Clay today.
It's Clay Day.
It's Clay Day. I don't have much to say about the Kings' performance tonight, so I'm rocking my Klay Thompson jersey. Got the Clay headband on. We'll talk about it later, but obviously very happy to see Klay Thompson back playing in the NBA. Yeah, the Kings, they just didn't have it tonight again.
Yeah.
You know, normally I'm here saying, oh, well, the Kings put forth a decent effort offensively. You know, Fox and Haliburton did really well, but they just couldn't stop anybody. That actually wasn't the case tonight. I mean, the Blazers lit them up from three, but a lot of those shots were contested. And I actually thought the Kings played better defense tonight than I have seen from them in a long time. Only gave up 103 points. Problem was they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn today.
Yeah, I want to wish a happy birthday to Fred Dixon, and we'll be right back with your nightcap. All right, we're here. I'm drinking a beer by myself again.
I'm doing dry January.
And we are talking about your Sacramento Kings. Welcome to Royal Rebounds, the Sacramento Kings channel for fans, by fans. If you're a Kings fan, make sure you smash up that like button down below and consider subscribing to the channel. This is your Sacramento Kings nightcap. All right, Cal, so this is officially the first game of the second half of the season for the Sacramento Kings. They went into this game at 16-25, on pace for 32 wins on the season, on pace for me to lose my bet in Vegas on the over on the wins, which I'm not very happy about. But, hey, all they need is 5 wins on top of 16 more, and We're right there.
Seems like a tall order right now.
De'Aaron Fox was questionable for this game with a right shoulder injury. He ended up playing. Rashawn Holmes is out. Damian Jones is in health and safety protocols. Metu is back. Harkless is out. The Blazers are missing Larry Nance, CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard. They have the worst defensive rating in the league, and they are the worst team at defending the three in the league, and the Kings only put up 88 points in this game.
Yeah, they shot terribly. And it wasn't like, you know, sometimes when the Kings have bad offensive games, it's because the ball is really stagnant. They're not moving it. They're not looking for the open man or looking for good shots. It's a lot of isolation basketball. That was not the case tonight. You know, Tyrese, especially in the first half, he was playing really, really well. He was finding open guys. They had open looks, and they just could not convert on any of them. I mean, the team shot horribly today. 38% from the field, 22% from three. That's not going to get it done, especially against the worst defensive efficiency rating team in the league.
Yeah, the Kings just straight up were not ready for this game. You know, I'm going to throw my notes out the window. All I can tell you is the Kings were losing this entire game. They were down every single quarter. They were constantly trying to fight back, and they just honestly didn't have enough. You know, this kind of looked like a Jimmy Butler and the third stringers against the Timberwolves in practice kind of game. The Kings got worked by all these guys. And, you know, Rashawn Holmes is still out. Damian Jones is out. Metu's, you know, back. Harkless is out. But the main guys are all there for the Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox might have been affected by that shoulder injury. But, hey, everybody's injured at this point in the season. You know, like, you have to step up. I do want to give a shout-out to Kyle Draper. I'm going to quote him of his pregame show. I'm predicting a good game for Buddy Hield tonight.
It was a good prediction. I mean, it made a lot of sense. You know, this is a team that doesn't guard the three very well. There should have been a lot of open looks. But they just did not get any production whatsoever. I mean, Fox and Haliburton, they didn't have their best games, but they at least brought it. I felt like, as you would expect. They got no help from anybody else. Terrence Davis definitely looked like a guy who hadn't played basketball in a little while. Very, very shaky start early on. He couldn't hit any shots. He was turning the ball over. He wasn't ready for that beautiful no-look pass from Tyrese that would have been an easy layup. That's just clearly the fact that he hasn't played in a minute.
How long has it been since he hasn't played? Because I know a guy that hasn't played for 941 days and actually balled out tonight. And we'll talk about him a little bit later.
That's very true. I did not mean to say that as giving him an excuse for it. That's just totally what he looked like. He looked like a injured baby deer that had been re-released into the wild and was not ready for the car coming, 50 miles an hour around the corner.
Yep. Want to give a couple shout-outs. Makami, Jay, Mike, Gothen, Fred, Jeff, Asha.
Happy birthday, Fred.
Happy to see you guys all here in the chat. Hope you had a wonderful day, and happy birthday, Fred. I saw a funny meme. I don't mean to keep, just going in on Kyle Draper here, but I saw a funny meme in a Facebook group, and it was like, Kings down 300. Buddy Hield hits a three. Kyle Draper says, okay, buddy, let's see what we can do here.
You got to love the guy's optimism. He always has it, but man.
Oh, man.
If there is a quote that isn't more telling of the Sacramento Kings season so far, it's got to be that one.
Were you able to watch the pregame show?
I did not watch the pregame show.
So it was pretty funny. Mark Jones is out there, and he's talking about how him and Alex Len have formed a little bit of a friendship, and they go on walks together around downtown Sacramento.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, I was walking on L Street, and, Alex Len was on the other side of the street, so we said what's up, and we joined each other, and we've been kind of going for these walks around town. And he's like, I feel safer around him. He's kind of like a bodyguard kind of guy, and I just thought it was hilarious.
That is, it's like Robin Big, kind of, but the inverse of it.
Yeah. I don't know how much we're going to have to say about this game tonight, because it was very, very disappointing loss to a team without their first, second, third, fourth best player. Yeah. I know Nurkic was out there, and Nurkic is a great player.
And Anthony Simons was out there.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
That guy is good. There's, I want to start a new segment here on the show, actually. It's called Hey Monty. And it's just going to be random things that I think Monty McNair should be looking for.
Okay.
So number one is, hey, Monty, Anthony Simons is pretty damn good. Maybe let's call Portland and see if he's available.
Okay, I like that. We got Peja there. He doesn't want to look at the camera today because
Slamson can't look. Bobby Jackson is getting ready to jump off a cliff. It's bad over here.
You guys had all this planned before I got here, didn't you?
Maybe just a little bit.
That's awesome. That's really funny. Yeah, so another tough night for Sacramento Kings basketball. However, if you're rooting for a trade, I got to say this is a W, because if you're Monty McNair and you're watching this game, you're like, I got to do something.
Hey, Monty.
I got to do something. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I can really say. Let's jump here into the box score.
Okay. Tyrese Haliburton leads all Kings scorers with 17 points. He was 6 of 11 from the field. He also had 9 assists. Another pretty standard. Oh, yep, my bad. I didn't get set up here. Sorry, guys.
I'll go over the team stats while you're doing that. So, Kings shot 38.8% tonight from the field, 22% from three-point range, which has got to be close to the bottom for the season for them. 71% from the free throw line. Rebounds were pretty even in this game. The Blazers had 6 more assists than the Sacramento Kings. Steals are pretty even. Blocks were pretty even. 12 turnovers tonight for Sacramento, 17 for Portland. Kings had some points in the paint tonight, 42, which I guess you have to have some points in the paint if you're going to score 88 and shoot as horribly as you did. The Kings didn't lead at any point in this game. They were down by 20 at one point. It was a, part of my language, ass whooping.
Yeah, they just did not have anything going for them today. I thought Tyrese did play a good game. As I mentioned, 17 and 9 assists. De'Aaron Fox, 6 of 14 from the floor is not horrible. 1 of 4 from 3, and 1 of 4 at the foul line, well below what he's been producing as of late. Only had 14 points and 2 assists to go along with 5 rebounds. Alex Len had a double-double tonight, starting in place of Damian Jones and Rashawn Holmes, 16 points and 10 rebounds. And Harrison Barnes had 13 points on 5 of 10 shooting. The bench just gave them nothing, though, tonight. And a lot of these guys we already mentioned, are being this is their first game back after missing a few games. Terrence Davis, Chimezie Metu, they really struggled. Buddy Hield also struggled, 4 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 8 from 3, and 10 points. He did have 7 rebounds and 2 steals, though.
Yeah, that's got to be a season high for him in rebounds. Anybody you liked on the Portland Trailblazers?
I liked Anthony Simons. Let me say that again. I liked Anthony Simons.
Hey, Monty. 31 points for him tonight.
And Nurkic was good, too. I mean, that's just another, I had flashbacks of the Denver game, honestly, watching him bang inside and get layup after layup.
Yeah, 1 assist shy of a triple-double for him tonight. Great player. Denver gave up on him really, really early.
Yeah, worked out for them.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I mean, the Kings just straight up got worked in this game. Like, if I were to just name all the things that they did wrong,
yeah, and
the list would be too long.
You know what's really sad, too, is that De'Aaron Fox played really good defense tonight.
Yeah.
Really good defense. I mean, he was fighting over screens. The effort was there. That's my biggest thing with him every night is he's the quickest and one of the most talented guys out there, but he just doesn't bring it defensively effort-wise. But tonight he was flying out, closing out on guys. He had that great block in the help situation on Nurkic. I really was very happy, actually, with what I saw from him overall.
Yep.
But again, the Kings just let it all go to waste. Because
if I were to tell you, Calvin, yesterday that Portland only scores 103 points in this game, you're going to say, "Oh, the Kings win the game." Yeah, they win the game, but they just didn't shoot well. They weren't ready. This is the first game on a back-to-back. Hopefully, they can respond and play a little better tomorrow night. But another thing that stands out to me when you look here at the box score is nobody had more than 3 personal fouls. 3 for Buddy. 3 for Harrison Barnes. But that just tells me that these guys aren't being physical enough.
Yeah.
Especially the big men.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a combination of things. It's a combination of a lot of things. I'm not even sure how much time we have available to go through every single one. But this game really came down to my number one key to the game was closeouts and defending the 3. Portland shoots the 5th most threes of any team in the league. Blazers go 17 of 40 tonight, 42.5%. And that was actually the difference in the game because they only shot 42% from the field. They shot better from 3 than they did from the field. They turned it over 17 times compared to Sacramento's 12. Sacramento outscores them in the paint. They almost out-rebound them. It was pretty much even. That's the difference in the game right there. It's threes.
Yeah. And I actually agree with Key Kings here. I knew before the game Anthony Simons was going to go off just like he did in the last game, and I was worried that the Kings weren't going to be able to pull this off. Yeah. And I see a bunch of people here with the Hey Monty hashtag. I think they like that. But they also want to know what's up with the Clay jersey.
Oh, well, I'm just supporting one of my favorite players in the NBA. It was his first game back in 941 games today.
Days.
941 days. Sorry, not games. And I mean, shout out to Clay. I got to show him a little bit of love.
I was digging the afro he was playing with. It reminded me a little bit of the Tropics.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's a Jackie Moon
Flint
style
Tropics
for sure. And he of course is very famously known for showing up on Halloween one year wearing the Jackie Moon uniform.
Yep. Charlie says, name a guard who hasn't destroyed the Kings for the last 5 years.
I'll get back to you because I probably can't.
I mean, you could replace guard with forward
name
center.
A player.
And it's unfortunate, we don't like to rag on the Kings, but when you're a Kings fan and you've gone through all this, I feel like humor is a good way to deal with pain.
Oh, yeah, you got to try to laugh it off a little bit. It's, in some regard, but
you have to laugh things off. And speaking of Klay Thompson, Kings offered him a contract when he was a free agent, but he chose the Warriors over us. I think it was probably the right move.
Yeah, I can't say I really blame him for doing that.
All right. You want to talk any more about this ass whooping, or should we move on?
Just, I find it surprising that I'm saying this because I didn't think that I could see a more disappointing game this season than I've already seen. But this has got to be the most disappointing game I've seen the Kings play this year. It has to be.
I feel like I've said that more than once. You know, it's
until next time.
It's kind of like, what does he say on The Simpsons? Worst day of your life so far. So, you know, when you're losing the entire game and they're missing their best player and their second best player, like Tyrese touched on this last week in an interview. He said, I don't think we've beat a team this season who's been missing their best player. That is a huge issue.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works out. Like, if you're just like, oh, they're missing this guy, so we don't have to try our hardest tonight because maybe we're definitely going to win this game. I don't know. They're missing 30 points. You take Dame and CJ's averages out of this game, like they're missing like 50 points almost, 40-something points. I know they only scored just over 100 in this game, but the Kings got to do something, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know. They got to turn this roster over quick.
Very disappointing. And New Vang, I'll show your comment here in the chat because I can't say it, but I agree with you at this point. And I'm still going to root for the Kings, but they need to make some changes. And my prediction of January 18th is looking a little bit more possible here. All right, Kyle.
Yeah, you might have overshot it, actually.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I'm tired of talking to this game because, you know, it's one of those games where it happens. You got to move on. You know, I don't know how much film the guys are going to watch of this game, or if you're the coach, you're just saying, like, everything you did in this game, do the opposite next game, and we'll have a better outcome. Like, the game plan, let's just throw it away. Don't worry about this game because it's over, and just come in with more effort next time, and hopefully they do that tomorrow night. But let's move on. Let's move on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll jump more into your Sacramento Kings with Around the Crown.